if you ate 4 really quick, you'd be in trouble. I think your stomach would be in shambles, and then you just have to sit there.
See, I don't know, because you got to think about it this way too. One hot wiener is a bomb for your intestines. Is an absolute bomb. So do you take one and let that one start wreaking havoc on your intestines, or do you know what I mean? Or do you try to pile them in?
System.
Right. Or do you shock the system? Because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like would you rather be in a foxhole when someone throws one grenade down, or would you rather just dump a fucking bucket of grenades into the foxhole and just have it? It's you're dead anyway.
It's like throwing chlorine in the pool. Sometimes
sometimes you gotta shock.
Sometimes you gotta shock it.
You gotta shock the system. I think that's absolutely it. But that would be fun. I like that.
I like that idea a lot.
Welcome to the Average Nobody's Podcast number 122, right?
122, baby.
June 21st.
122.
Yep.
My lucky number.
This is the Tank Top podcast.
Tank top. Damn it! I had a tank top on. I took it off to put a shirt on because I'm like, I don't need to be just showing my ham hocks off. But yeah, this is my Chris. You like this? My Chris Bosch T-shirt jersey.
Throwback.
Found this bad boy at the bottom of my drawer. Haven't worn it in a very long time.
Is it ham hocks?
I don't know. What is it supposed to be?
I always thought it was ham hogs, but that doesn't make sense either.
Ham hocks is what Derek says.
Okay.
Ham hocks.
No, it's hocks.
Hocks?
Hocks.
Hocks.
You thought it was ham hogs?
I thought it was ham hogs.
Yeah, ham hock or hoof is pork knuckle.
It's a hock.
Right.
Oh, okay,
I've been saying it wrong for quite a while.
Hey,
well, it is
W
a hog
for Derek
too.
right there.
Yeah. What is Derek? Oh, meat hooks. The meat hooks. Meat hooks, which doesn't describe anybody's biceps. No one's ever described a bicep as a meat hook.
No, I've never heard anybody else use meat hooks except Derek.
I will forever remember the day we were at, I think it was Francesco's, was it a graduation party? When did he have like that, the guy who was cutting the meat? The not the gaucho, but the guy who's cutting like
his rehearsal dinner.
Yes. And Derek was like, oh, it's Abdul the Butcher. And the guy kind of was like, all right, well, it was not as crazy as the time that Derek screamed out that he saw Larry Bird in the airport. It was just a normal height guy that kind of looked like Larry Bird.
Not Larry Bird.
He just had blonde hair. He just was a white
Larry
guy.
Bird is 6'7".
Yeah.
He towers above people.
I was looking up. As soon as he's like, it's Larry Bird, I was like, where? Where is Larry Bird? No, it's just this guy standing in line at Starbucks at TF Green. Anyway.
Why would Larry Bird be at TF Green?
Right. Why? We followed, I don't know if I told the story on the podcast, but I definitely told it recently. We followed a bald man across Magic Kingdom, Disney, because Derek thought it was Daughtry. Number one, why did you think it was Daughtry? Didn't look like him at all besides the fact that he was bald. Number two, if you met Daughtry at Disney World, what the fuck would you say to Chris Daughtry? Right?
Why?
He's not like a superstar. Like, what are you going to say to Chris Daughtry? This is like, and like Derek was like, this is all Derek stories. He's like, hey, you want to go see Asher Roth? I was like, oh, that'd be cool. He goes, yeah, you want backstage passes? No, Derek. I do not want to meet Asher Roth. What am I going to say to him? Hey, man, I like that one song you had. That's it. Like, what am I going to shake his hand, take a picture? No, Derek.
Why?
Why?
Why would Daughtry be at Magic Kingdom?
I don't know. I mean, it was around the time where he won or came in second place at American Idol.
Yeah, I forgot.
Whatever. When he was at his most hottest, like his hottest. And Derek thought it was
Matt, I texted you earlier, and I was down in Newport on Friday with Jen and her parents, and like I thought Ian McKellen walked across my path.
That would have been
wild.
Wild.
Stopped dead in my tracks, and like I was staring at him, trying to figure out if it was him. I don't think it was, but
I could see someone like Ian McKellen though being in Newport. I can see a lot of people being in Newport. It's a hot spot for the rich and famous.
Yeah, Rhode Island is Southern Rhode Island is a hot spot for the rich and famous.
I mean, DMX lived here.
So naturally, I scoured his social media, this 80-something-year-old man's social media, to see if he keeps up, lets his fans know his whereabouts, and he does not. So I couldn't confirm it.
It's funny.
I wasn't about to run into the Black Pearl after some guy.
Ryan, Adam texted me that, and I was like, would you have stopped him for a picture? And he goes, Magneto and Gandalf? What did you say? You're like, hell no, not force on Earth.
Could have stopped me.
No force on Earth could have stopped me.
I would have accosted him. It would have been like JD and Neil Diamond. I want to party with you.
Oh, please leave me alone, sir.
You can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. You can find us on Google Podcasts. You can also find us at AverageNobodies.com and YouTube.com/TheAverageNobodies. Quick update. We haven't podcasted in a while, but I told you guys last time that we got flagged for hate speech. And so that episode got taken down, right? So we haven't talked about it here, but it was the episode that we opened up and we were ripping the people who were commenting on our QAnon documentary video.
It was that one.
That was I listened to the whole episode because it's still up on Apple Podcasts. I listened to the whole episode. It was 118. And nothing in that whole episode. It was even like a kind of a calming swear day for me as well. Like I wasn't like going nuts, calling my professors at Bryant cunts like I did before. So
somebody must have been a whistleblower.
Well, I know exactly who it is. It's our friend who we're gonna have on later if we have time. He's in the waiting room.
Guacamole.
Yeah, guacamole.
I think we allotted enough time this time, but we'll see.
Stupid fuck. Anyway, so we're back. We have celebrity birthdays.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Celebrity Birthdays.
Who is it?
It's finally my turn.
It's
finally Ryan.
After what seems like 4 months.
Oh, God, I've been waiting so long.
It's been about a month since we did a show.
Yeah. So the first birthday I'm actually going to give away because it's the summer solstice today. So it's the birthday of the summer, right? Today's technically the first day of summer. So happy birthday, summer. And that's it. That's all we got for celebrity birthdays this week.
It's the Earth's summer birthday today.
It is. Happy birthday. All right. So we have 8. I got 8 good ones.
Strong.
And let's just get right into it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay. This TV doctor isn't afraid to spend her birthday surrounded by a little anarchy or even some mad men. Matt?
And no, it's Jax's girlfriend from Sons of Anarchy. Fuck.
Need a character name.
Yeah, I know.
It's Tara is her name in the show.
You got it. That's what I was looking for. I don't know. I do not know her real name.
Is it? Well, I think the name is Tara Knowles is the character's name. What the fuck is this actress's name?
She was in Mad Men too.
Yeah, she was actually in it a lot. She played she was like the heiress to like the department store.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Adam, you got the half a point for Tara Knowles. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I didn't know her name.
I'm gonna notice. What is it?
So it's Maggie Siff.
Oh damn! You know what? I recognize that name from the Sons of Anarchy's opening credits.
Yeah.
I just felt like she was in 2 like popular shows. I didn't want to not include her.
No, that's great. That was a great one. No, that was a great one. I honestly, if I had any kind of good memory, I would have known Maggie Siff. I
haven't seen Mad Men, so the Doctor in Anarchy got that one was clear enough, but.
Yeah. Well, I can see. I can see her name. I can remember the font from Sons of Anarchy. I've seen it so many times in the opening credit because she's in every opening credit.
Oh yeah, because she was pretty.
Except for the last season.
Oh, spoiler alert!
It's when she went to Mexico and she was fine.
She was fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
She took the kids and got away.
How old is Maggie Siff today, Adam?
Maggie Siff is 45 years old today.
Okay. Maggie Siff she's 46 years old today.
47.
Fuck. No, it's going to be another episode of one number.
I know. I thought we were going to start off hot with an age guess, but I guess not. Okay. Let's move on to the second one.
Second one.
Okay. One half of the formerly brother, now sister duo. Is it really her birthday, or is it just another wrinkle in a simulated reality world? Adam.
It's one of the Wachowski sisters. I'm just gonna Lana. I'll guess.
It is. It's Lana Wachowski's birthday.
I don't know what the other one's name is.
Lily.
Okay.
Lily and Lana Wachowski.
So, creators of The Matrix. is her birthday today. How old is Lana Wachowski?
Are they also doing Matrix 4?
Yeah, just her.
Oh, just one
Lana.
of them? Oh.
Yeah. 56.
Okay, Matt.
52.
She is 56.
Oh, shit!
Ooh.
God damn.
Wow, Adam coming in hot.
Right on the head.
All right.
You just got to be confident about the guess and will it to reality
Okay.
or simulation.
Back to life.
All right.
To reality.
Okay. This legendary director shot straight to the top, gunning for everything from The Cops of Beverly Hills, Days Filled with Thunder, and even a little True Romance.
Oh.
Matt.
Is it Quentin Tarantino?
No. This legendary director shot straight to the top, gunning from everything.
Oh, it's Tony Scott.
Yes.
Ooh, nice one.
R.I.P. Tony Scott, the director of Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Days of Thunder, True Romance.
Yeah. So
a lot of good
Quentin
stuff.
Tarantino wrote True Romance.
He did. Yeah. Tony Scott directed.
And I totally missed the gunning thing because Days of Thunder it was Tony Scott.
Just so you know, I got another one of those coming up. I'm not going to tell you when. But,
Ooh. Okay, Tony Scott would have been.
Let's do what he would have been today.
Tony Scott would have been. He would have been 85 today.
I'm going to go 86.
No, 77.
Oh, damn.
Ah.
Is Ridley the older
when
brother?
He died.
Is Ridley the older brother?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I also didn't realize how he died.
How did he die?
He jumped off a bridge.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
God damn.
Yeah. Well, that's what Wikipedia said. That would be fucked up if they lied.
Someone did that, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, nope, you just, yeah. So I'm very
fine.
sad. So he's 60. No, he's fine. I'm fine. Okay. All right. Next up. While this English actor has consistently been in movies or TV shows since the 80s, he's best known in the post-apocalyptic world as Philip, Brian, or the head of a state.
Shit. Can you say that again?
Yep. While this English actor has consistently been in movies or TV shows since the 80s, he's best known in the post-apocalyptic world as Philip, Brian, or the head of a state.
Philip? Huh.
I've got nothing.
Nothing?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'll give you guys a humongous hint. You might not get the actor's name, but
Okay.
the show he's known for, post-apocalyptic world, is The Walking Dead.
Is it Ezekiel?
No.
Is it Rick?
Nope. Philip, Brian, or the head of a state.
Jesus. The head of a state.
I stopped watching Walking Dead about 5 years ago.
I want to say
it was back in its prime.
Okay.
Oh, it's Herschel.
No.
No?
No. Those are his names. Those are the characters' names. Philip, Brian, or the head of a state. Gina Raimondo once held this position as the head of a state.
Oh, the governor.
So the guy that plays the governor.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, all right.
The governor.
The governor.
The governor. I'm not going to give anyone that one.
Yeah,
wait, so
no,
why
I'm not going to take points
why
for that.
Philip Bryan? Is that his name?
So those were his names, yeah, in the show.
Oh.
So his name was actually Philip. I think his name was actually Philip, and then he told people it was Brian.
Right.
Oh,
So he had the second lease on life.
Yeah.
So
do you guys do you know who the actor is?
No.
No.
So it's David Morrissey.
Okay.
Is the actor. So how old is David Morrissey today?
54. No, he's older than that. 59.
He's 64.
He's 57.
God damn.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. All right. Time to recover.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
That was bad.
one.
Okay. This comedic actor got his start on SCTV, the Canadian version of Saturday Night Live, but will forever be known by his choice of car, Volkswagen.
I don't know his name.
If you can get it, I'll give you a full point if you can tell me his character's name. I'll give you a hint. It's not like an actual name. It's just a description of his character. He doesn't have an official name.
It's just like the heckler, right? Like a golf course heckler.
Close.
Jackass guy.
No.
Jackass.
So his official character name is Jeering Fan.
Jeering Fan.
And the actor is Joe Flaherty.
Okay. Hey, shooter.
I knew you wouldn't have got that one, but I had a
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. So
we both knew exactly who it was.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I would have never guessed his name. Jeering Fan is a funny name for him in the movie too.
I was hoping that they had he had a name, but no, he doesn't. So how old is Joe Flaherty?
Lobster, if you change your mind. I'll go on this one. He is he is 67 today.
I'm gonna go with the good old 69.
He's 80.
Oh shit! Oh damn! Hey, is Bob Barker dead?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a yes from both of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he die recently?
Allegedly. You never really know for sure.
No, he's not dead, actually.
Yeah, I knew it. See? Fuck yeah, I knew it. Bob Barker is not dead. He just is not in the limelight anymore.
Well, he's 97.
Well, he's close. But
can't have much longer.
He's close?
I mean, 97.
It won't be long now.
No, that's it. You stop doing The Price is Right and you die. So you turn 97 and you die. Watch out, Drew Carey.
All right, we got 3 more.
Okay.
I'm going to save the 2 most popular ones for last.
Okay.
So we'll go with this one. Okay. If you're going to see this SNL alum perform stand-up comedy, you can be pretty confident he'll be half-baked. Matt?
Is it, fuck, I don't know. Adam, go.
Jim Brewer?
It is Jim Brewer.
Fuck.
I thought you had it, Matt.
No, I did, and I did, and I just fucking, it left
Lost
me.
it?
Yeah. It's
Sorry.
tough to come up. It's tough with the pressure to come up with the fucking name.
It is. All right. How old is Jim Brewer today?
Jim Brewer is 53.
Today is Jim Brewer's 50th birthday.
Ah. Matt,
No.
if you just stuck to your strategy, he's 54.
Fuck. Oh, all right.
Hey, well, you took Adam's advice of being confident. Did not pay off.
That's right. I did. It did not pay off.
You have to will the age.
Okay. Today is this actress's due date. She has been a natural-born killer since the mid-'90s while consistently stealing scenes from dusk till dawn. Adam.
Juliette Lewis?
That's right.
Fuck. I knew that one.
It is Juliette Lewis.
You know what's funny? I thought when you did the director of Top Gun, I was going to ask you if it was the same director as Natural Born Killers. It's not, so. Obviously, but
No.
yeah, it's pretty funny you mentioned that was in the same week.
I know, crazy world, a lot of smells. All right, how old is Juliette Lewis today?
Juliette Lewis is a cool 48 degrees, 48 years old.
Juliette Lewis is 50.
Juliette Lewis is 48 years old.
Fucking A.
Oh my goodness.
Ridiculous.
This is
the kid is on fire.
Can't stop him. All right.
I'm a big Juliette Lewis fan.
Everybody knows that. All right, let me hold on because this is the last one.
Okay.
Not long, but the way I have my screen set up, I can't see the end.
Okay.
You'll see.
I'm excited.
This just makes for good podcasting. Okay.
This is good. Yeah, the suspense is killing me.
Okay. Ready?
And our listeners. Yes.
Yes.
Go.
Okay. While this funny man is an A-list star, Lord knows he still enjoys small-town parks and being the best damn FBI agent they had until he was framed for a crime he didn't commit.
Damn it.
Stealing the president's rubies. Adam.
It's Chris Pratt.
It is. Did you guys get the Star-Lord?
Yes.
We did. I did.
Took me 24 hours to come up with that.
How old is Chris Pratt?
It is Chris Pratt. How old is the Prattster? Real nickname.
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is 42.
Chris Pratt is 44.
He is 42.
No.
Fuck.
Wow.
Fucking A.
A
Bullshit.
banner
Adam's
day.
cheating.
I am not, I swear.
I hear him clicking around over there. Now I'm going to give us the list of names that Ryan didn't have for fans.
I'm keeping score. I'm keeping score over here.
So we did have some honorable mentions.
Who are the animals?
Two who I think Justine would like, but there's no way I could have come up with anything or you guys would have got them. Jane Russell and Judy Holliday, actresses they were actresses from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Jane Russell was in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, very popular
classic.
movie
Yes.
back in the day. Prince William's birthday,
Oh, you could have got me on that.
Oh.
and also Lana Del Rey.
Ooh, I would have gotten that one.
Yeah, I was going to do something with
wouldn't have got
Summertime
that one.
Sadness, but I did not, and that is Celebrity Birthdays.
That's it
Hey,
for
nicely
this
done.
episode's edition of Celebrity Birthdays.
Who was it? And now a word from our sponsor.
Today's sponsor of the Average Nobody's podcast is New York System Hot Wieners. Go there for 15 hours and have 15 wieners. If you dare. All right. We got a
I
draft.
can handle it.
We have a draft. Adam, your fucking Skype window keeps changing sizes. You're huge now in the Skype thing. On my end, you guys can't see it. Massive. All right, we got a draft today. A very good draft. A draft that we've been waiting for a few weeks. This draft is songs that you love to hear at weddings, Ryan. Is that correct?
So I switched it in the doc to top 5 songs you need to hear at a wedding.
Got it.
Like
It's
if
right
you
there.
don't hear these songs at a wedding, the wedding is ruined.
Okay.
And the
It's
bride and
over.
groom
I-
are gonna get divorced.
Adam, we just went to your wedding, so I apologize if any of these songs that weren't played. I also don't remember anything from your wedding. I don't remember any of the songs that played. So let's just go with the I'm playing the dumb ignorant card.
Well, it's
That's
very
okay.
funny. Quick side story: we played golf at the venue last Friday, and I'm driving there. Like I see the hotel, and I'm driving from the hotel to the venue. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. I should remember some.
I don't remember getting there. I just remember being in my seat for the ceremony, and then I remember being like walking into the reception room and being like, "Holy fuck, this room is huge! Like the ceilings are super tall," and that was it. Done.
Yeah,
Done.
and
Cooked.
just being dancing machines.
It was a wonderful night.
I'm glad everybody had fun.
Oh, it was amazing. It was incredible.
So, we all, like myself included, everybody was on the dance floor for a good part of the night. And I thought, we were out there having a good time, tearing it up. And then I saw some videos from Jen's family of us dancing on the dance floor. And it's just a collection of shirtless men swaying around like zombies to music. Everybody's fucking wasted.
It's like that. It's like that episode is Always Sunny. When they
that's what it was like.
It's literally just like that, and everybody's just fucking sweaty and have their shirts ripped off. It was a time. I remember coming back in from the ice cream truck, and there's just like ripped shirts everywhere, just strewn about. And then someone at the end of the
Pile
night,
of ripped shirts on the floor.
Right, someone put them into a pile, and he was like, I think it was Neil. He came back in, he's like, there was a pile of ripped shirts just like neatly placed in the corner. Anyway, these are top 5 songs you need to hear at a wedding. Each of us are giving our 5. It's a draft. That's how we do it. Who is starting? Adam, you're first?
Yep. Not my number one pick. The number one pick is Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison.
Okay. Return the Mac, Mark Morrison. That's a good one. I think
That's a good one.
I thought that song became very popular amongst our friend group like years and years ago. But I didn't realize how popular it was to the rest of the world as well until I started going to weddings and realizing that is a song that plays at every wedding.
No, Matt,
not just in our backyard.
You're misinterpreting.
Cookouts.
Mark Morrison owes everything to our group of friends because
Do you think so?
we are the ones that made that
don't
song.
know,
Just
man.
We
like
resurrected him.
just like we are pilots in Bush Light remaining relevant.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Maybe you're right. Maybe like one day someone was driving by Metcalf and we were in the backyard playing out full blast. And they leaned over the fence and like, oh my God, what is happening here?
Hey,
Wait a minute.
I think they're onto something right here.
Yeah. So great first pick. Who has number 2 here? Is it you, Ryan?
I don't know. I had number 1 last time.
So
I forgot how we did it.
It's you then.
I forget. Did I go back? Who went back to back the last time? Was it me?
Yeah, so it's you, Matt.
Okay, so I'm second. Okay. This is an easy one for me. Shout must be heard at all. Now listen, it's not even my favorite song on this list. But if it's a song that needs to be heard at a wedding, Shout is on that list. It's a song. Wedding songs can be fun with like the songs that you have to like listen. It's like the cha-cha slide, like do this, do that. You can't go all the way electric slide because they don't tell you what to do, and nobody knows how to fucking do the electric slide unless you're like 800 years old. So you can't do that. The cha-cha slide is a little too formal, but Shout, it's like it's just a lot of bopping around, and then it's like get low, and then you get high and you jump around. Like that's it. Like that's all you need to know. It's a great wedding song. It's from one of the greatest wedding movies. I mean, not from, but it's featured in one of the greatest wedding movies of all time, which we all agreed because it went first. Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers. Yeah. And I think that helped like for our generation of people to be like, I need, when I'm getting married, I need this at my wedding because I want that. You remember that montage.
Yeah, for sure.
Happening, which is like one of the best part. Like I love that part of the movie where they're just like having a blast and it just signifies fun, and there's a communal aspect to it too, like you said.
Yes.
There's a group dance thing you can do, so that's a great pick.
I was at Coco Bongo in Cancun. I think both of you guys know this story. Coco Bongo is like this wild club. I've never gone to a real club in my life. Like this is the closest thing to it. It was a fucking wild nightclub in Cancun, and they have like Michael Jackson impersonators and fucking Spider-Man swinging from the ceiling, and they got like these nitrous tanks that are not nitrous, but like they shoot off smoke and like cool like air misters and shit, and there's drinks everywhere and whatever. And Shout came on, and they had like a reenactment of like people from all different movies up on this like stage. And I was doing the Shout, and I threw my hands up in the air, and I elbowed one of the waitresses right in the eye, and she went down. Whole tray of drinks went down. She got up so fast before I even knew what I hit. She jumped up and fucking hit me across the face. Fucking hit me right across the face, and then I was like, holy shit, I'm so sorry, and she just like ran off. Didn't see her for the rest of the night. When I was leaving, my ex-girlfriend at the time, she's like looking at my elbow, and I had eye makeup all over my elbow from where I fucking just like got her right in the, you could see like an outline of her eye on my elbow. I felt so bad. She definitely had a black eye, but anyway, Shout, second pick.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, it was rough. I mean, I put everything behind the up in the air and just fucking caught her. I felt really bad.
That is unfortunate for that woman.
Yeah.
Imagine if you knocked her eye out.
Imagine she's terribly disfigured.
She'd be an eye patch waitress. All right, so last pick of the first round, my number 1 pick. This was an easy one for me. I'm glad you guys didn't take it. Is I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yes.
By Whitney.
Yes. I gotta take that off my list.
And I like when I'm at a wedding, even like I'll go out and dance if other songs play, but once that song plays, that's when like I hit my groove of dancing.
You know what?
Because like I'm singing along at the top of my lungs, and then I'm like, all right, now I'm ready to go. Now I'm ready for whatever the DJ throws at me. Even if he throws out some like early 2000s hip hop, which shouldn't be featured right now, I'll dance to it because I want to dance with somebody. So it's a very important song as the night goes on.
Yes. I think it also has, like you said about Shout, it has that communal aspect. Because that's
right,
like
everyone knows the lyrics.
Right. Everybody sings it. You're reaching out to people. I want to dance with somebody. That's good.
Yep.
That's a good pick, Ryan.
I like it.
I love it.
Thank you. All right. So I go back to back?
Yes, you do. Second pick, first round.
Second pick, first round. I'm going to go with Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Oh.
Yes.
Which It's it's kind of a little bit of a wild card, but again, once I hear that song come on, and everyone knows the chorus, and I feel like especially if you're at a wedding where maybe not like a lot of the guys want to dance. Once that guitar riff starts hitting, and then the first chorus hits, like, all right, now the guys are on the dance floor. Now we're getting stuff going.
Yep.
So
that is a good song to get like maybe the guys that don't dance,
Right.
get them on the dance floor.
Yeah, it's like I could jam to this. So
if there was a Venn diagram of songs that you need to hear at a wedding, and also songs that you need to hear at a strip club, Pour Some Sugar on Me falls directly in the center.
You're absolutely right.
It's the only time that those two things intersect.
Well, it doesn't intersect more perfectly than that.
No. All right. Very good. My second pick is going to be Yeah by Lil Jon.
Ooh.
Lil Jon, Usher, Ludacris, right? Just those three? Yeah.
Yep. Nicely
great
done.
Song. Great song.
On my list.
Everybody knows the words.
Yep.
And it was like the Lil Jon, not Renaissance, but like Lil Jon at his peak. And Ludacris and Usher, obviously. But I think that's just a great wedding song. It's also just a great like that played at a lot of our like high school dances and proms. And I think that's like a nice nostalgic thing to bring back at a wedding for everybody that's of that age. So I'm going with Yeah.
And it's not a wedding if I'm not mumbling my way through Ludacris's part.
Right.
Take that. Rewind it back.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, I guess some of us know the lyrics.
Yeah, not me.
All right, Adam.
So
back
to finish off the second round, will be another Lil Jon song, and this one is called "Get Low."
Fuck you, Adam. Fuck you. That was my next one.
Window to the walls.
Wow.
Another great one that that one gets everybody on the dance floor, gets everybody singing almost in the same vein as like a lot of the other ones we've been like. I want to dance with somebody. Everybody knows the words to that song. Mm-hmm. Everybody. I remember hearing that song like on the school bus when I was a freshman in high school. The bus drivers jamming it, and everybody's like bouncing off the fucking walls in the school bus.
Great song. It's a great song.
That is
a very good pick.
That is a good one. And then I'll go a little. This is another personal favorite of mine. This one was definitely on the must playlist for our wedding, and it's "Get Into the Groove" by Madonna.
Ooh,
so I had to get a Madonna song in there. I fucking love that song.
That is a good song.
I feel like it's one of those like Madonna has so many good fucking songs, but it's one of those ones that everybody has in the back of their heads. And everybody knows the chorus in the back of their heads, and it's very easy to sing along, even if you hear it one time. And it's very upbeat. It's a good dancing song. So "Get Into the Groove" is my third round pick.
And even if you don't know the lyrics, it's a good like upbeat jam. So you can still be dancing, even if you don't have to sing along. You can still like have a good time. That's a good pick.
All right.
All right, Matt, what you got for round 3?
Well, I did have Get Low, but I'm going to have to go with my other pick here. So my round 3 pick is going to be, I'm going to pick the first slow song, and it's going to be All My Life by Casey and JoJo. Because that is a great song. Here's where it hits everybody there on every level. You have people that are already married. All my life, I've waited for someone like you. Bang, that hits. Newly married. Bang, that hits. People that are there that are single, you can really use that and really play that up, and you can use that. So all my life, I've waited for someone like you, even though if that is not the truth, use it. All my life, Casey and JoJo. Tremendous.
Nice. That is the official song of our middle school dance.
Oh my God, 1,000%. And actually, fun fact, Ryan, if you remember, when we first started our first podcast back in 2012, 2013, the RFMV podcast. Do you remember that we played Casey and JoJo, that song, and we pretended like they were in the room with us?
Yeah.
First song ever played on the podcast. So
I do.
Good pick.
I'm sure they'd be honored to know that.
I'm sure they would. That was my first third round pick.
Here?
Yep, all my life.
Great pick, Matt. Great pick.
Thank you.
So I am going to go for my third round pick with Come On Eileen.
Ooh, good one. Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Yeah.
Yes. So I love this song, and I feel like at a wedding it kind of takes on like a life of its own because of the part in the song when it's almost kind of like shout, but it like slows down, and you can do the come on, Eileen, that whole part, and then it like eventually like revs up, and that's like I feel like a good group like communal song as well. And if you don't know what I'm talking about as part of the song, you've never heard it at a wedding. Well, if it's slotted correctly by the DJ, it can be a hit.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah. And then I'm going to start the fourth round with Living on a Prayer.
I wanted to tell you guys a funny story about Come On Eileen. So I heard this song one time when I was younger, and we were in Bruce. I was driving with Bruce somewhere in a truck, probably on the way for him to trick me into eating Rocky Mountain oysters. And so we're in this truck, and the song comes on. I was like, "Oh, I like this song. What's it called?" He says it's called "Come On Eileen," and he goes, "You know what this song's about, right?" It's about them coming on this woman named Eileen. And so this song, I can't listen to the song without like thinking that those are that is what
that's
Come
what it's
On
about.
Eileen song.
All you needed to say was
What else would it be about?
a funny story about Come On Eileen, and it involves Bruce and you.
I already knew what it was before when you were 2 minutes behind. I already knew what it was.
Still a good payoff. Very funny.
All right, I'll try not to trigger any other sexual fantasies of yours. With my new
Sorry.
picks. So first pick of round 4, Jean Bon Jovi, the French singer, "Living on a Prayer."
Ooh, good one.
Great pick. I'm glad that a lot of these rock songs are getting in there because this and Pour Some Sugar on Me, very good weddings, very good wedding songs, very good group dancing songs, I believe, and lyrics as well.
Yes.
Yep.
And see, I know all the lyrics to "Living on a Prayer," so whenever it comes on, I just like screaming at the top of my lungs. Best, and it's got a good chorus too.
All right. My fourth round pick, right? This is fourth round. My fourth round pick is going to be "Billie Jean" by Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Now here's my reasoning. I think it's just a great song in general, obviously, but I think that it has a number of key points to make it a good wedding song. The number one point is if you're sitting at your table and Billie Jean comes on, doom, 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 doom. You know what I mean? Like you're playing, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's a nice lead up to the first lyrics, and you're getting up out of your seat and you're moving to the dance floor. Number 2, great lyrics. Everybody knows this Billie Jean. Everybody knows. Most of the people know at least the chorus to Billie Jean. And then you add in the fact that like, okay, this is a Michael Jackson song, so everybody that can even attempt the moonwalk is going to be doing the moonwalk, going to be doing spins, going to be doing up on their toes, going to be doing the Michael Jackson. It adds the dance moves in.
Trying to do all the moves.
You really could have put a bunch of different people in this spot, but the most known, like the person that's known for their dancing is Michael Jackson. Billie Jean, throw it in there. That's it. Perfect.
I do like that it has that like extended intro.
Yes.
So if you're sitting down, you have time by the time you start singing to get on the dance floor.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It doesn't just hop right into.
I did appreciate at our wedding the DJ did like a little Michael Jackson block, like he did Billie Jean and I think Beat It and PYT. Like he had like 3 or 4 Michael Jackson songs all on a block. I specifically remember just seeing being like, I don't know where we stand on him.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, he wasn't
We're dancing.
Great guy. What are we gonna do? Not listen to his music?
That sounded like a very lovely time at your wedding.
Okay.
Sounded like a very lovely.
All right,
time.
so I am going to round out the fourth round with a classic, and I'm stunned it hasn't been chosen yet. "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey.
It's a good one. I had that in my extended.
Hits all the check boxes that we've been talking about. Everybody knows it's another one of those like rock songs that's a wedding song, you know. Wedding's more about like just sort of gyrating together and singing at the top of your lungs without any consequences.
I think that this
It's
song
true.
is the one song too that everybody that's on the dance floor will be saying "Midnight Train" going anywhere. Will be screaming that lyric at the top of their lungs. And that's the one song that everybody knows the lyrics to and that everybody will be singing.
Yeah. At least the first verse everybody knows.
Right.
And then my last pick to start off the 5th round, I know I had requested for this one to be played at my wedding. I didn't end up hearing it because we were probably like running around somewhere. Was Dancing Queen by ABBA.
Are you kidding me?
I fucking love that. First of all, Matt obviously knows.
God.
ABBA is so goddamn good. Like, they got nothing but hits.
Oh, are they?
And Dancing Queen is my favorite ABBA song. And it's a real classic, and it's one of the ones that I'm bummed that I missed if it was even played at our wedding.
They did play it. I remember.
Dancing Queen is another one of those songs that people, you don't necessarily have a dance to go along with it, but
I do.
What is your dance?
I don't know. No, I'm just like going like doing spins around. Just like pretending that there's like a chandelier above me or something.
We'll need to see it at Connor's wedding.
Well, anyway, the song invokes people to dance. It's one of those ones that like you kind of like you get outside your comfort zone and you dance a little harder than yeah.
It's like an inspirational song, you know. Like, yeah, I am a dancing queen, and I'm gonna dance.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what the lyrics are about?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
I never looked into that.
So for my last pick was going to be Dancing Queen because I didn't think that any of you guys were going to be doing it, but I respect the pick. I don't want to go with another slow song because I do have Eric Clapton's "You Look Wonderful Tonight," which is a fucking jam.
Ooh.
A great slow song. I think
that's one of those ones where like it's probably like 3 in 10 people's first dance song, but it's a fucking classic, and it's so good, and it's so perfect. Like, if you tell somebody, like, there are some first dance songs, like, I know I've seen 1,000 first dance songs of that, but like, if that's your first dance song, like, can't go wrong. That might be one of the best first dance songs ever.
And then a shout out to the single people as well for "You Look Wonderful Tonight." If you don't feel like committing to "I've waited, all my life, I've waited for someone like you," if you don't want to commit to that lie, then you can definitely go with "You Look Wonderful Tonight," and you can get away with that, right?
It's much more in the moment.
Right. So anyway, I don't want to go with another slow song, but that is on my honorable mentions. The one I'm going to go with that I didn't think I was going to pick is going to be Lou Bega's "Mama Number 5." That is a great one-hit wonder, one-hit jam from Lou Bega. It's Mama Number 5. I don't know how else. I mean, I remember coming back from me and John went on that paintball trip out in Pennsylvania back in the day, and coming back, we listened to that song probably about 15 times, half per John's request. And I remember like secretly recording him in the passenger seat of my car, my Jeep, like dancing. And like, even if John can dance to "Mama Number 5" in a car on Middle Spring Avenue, then anybody can dance to that at a wedding. It's a jam.
That's very true.
So. That is true.
Very good pick. All right, so I'm gonna round us. I have so many of my picks still left. So I think this was one that kind of came to me later when I was thinking of songs, and I think it is for a very specific group. But I know whenever I've gone to like our group weddings, it's been a lot of fun listening to, and that is "Tiny Dancer" by Elton John. And the reason I say that is mainly because of the part in the song when Elton John is singing and he's like, "And I said softly, slow," he slows it down, and then, the whole crowd is just screaming, "Hold me closer, Tiny Dancer." So I think I'm going to go with that one, even though I have a ton of honorable mentions I wanted to use. I think I gotta round it out with Tiny Dancer.
I just love swapping in the Tony Danza lyrics into that.
Yes. Hold me closer, Tony Dancer.
Did you have any honorable mentions, Rye?
I do. So one was December 1963, Frankie Valli.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what a night.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Damn jam. Last Dance by Donna Summer, which I always like.
Ooh.
This one mainly because of Neil, because Neil just like takes over the dance floor when this one plays. I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
shit.
wow. I can't believe that one didn't make the list.
Right, and we didn't have any boy band songs on here. That hits really good with our friend group, and at all the weddings I've been to, hits very good.
Yeah, Neil just turns into like a man possessed.
Right.
Fast Car, which is very specific to our. And I really want to go to a wedding where someone's like, you know what, we're gonna try it, and then it's just me singing Fast Car like by myself on the dance floor. And then Dancing in the Dark by Bruce.
Ooh, yeah, good one. So I had Apple Bottom Jeans by T-Pain. Shut Up and Dance.
Ooh, I love that song.
Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars is a good one.
Yeah, I had
and
Uptown
then my slow song was one that we had as like one of our last dance songs was Real Love Baby by Father John Misty. That song is an absolute jam.
I can't believe I missed that.
And then another one from our wedding was Jump in the Line by Harry Belafonte.
Yes,
Very
yes.
song.
That's another good one too.
Okay.
I gave you a couple of my honorable mentions, but all the ones on my list were Prince.
They're all ABBA songs?
No, Prince. Raspberry Beret. Right? Is that the song? Raspberry Beret, yeah. Raspberry Beret. Great song. When Doves Cry. I love When Doves Cry. It has. I forget whose wedding I was at recently, and it played. I'm like, maybe not the perfect wedding song, but it is honestly a jam. Uptown Funk I had on my list, and then what was the other one? Oh, Party Rock. I just think that's a good like when you had a few, and you're just like, yeah, that's just a good song to bop around to. So
that was a good one.
Good draft. That was a good one.
Well done.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, it was Adam. Your wedding was fantastic. We had a great time. Obviously, we wanted to.
I'm glad everybody did.
If we had filmed more recently after that, we would have talked more about it. But it was a great time, and we kind of wanted to book in the last two drafts. You know, the one we did last time was wedding movies, and now we did wedding songs, just kind of in the wedding theme for our newlywed buddy Adam.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I'm glad everybody had. You know, we heard that everybody had a lot of fun, and one of my favorite parts was like hearing all the, you know, the stories that Jen and I didn't see, you know, throughout the night. So that was another awesome part that, you know, I hadn't really thought about until the day after, really.
You remember that sweet angel man who at Neil's wedding came out to the patio and gave us those waters while we were getting like hammered drunk before the wedding? We were on a train.
Yeah.
We were on a crazy train to hell, and he was like out of nowhere came out and gave us waters. Well, we didn't have that person after you left.
Yeah.
After you left the hotel room, it got out of hand.
It was the opposite person that came, and it was you two. With the Jägermeister and the Red Bull. So it was the opposite.
Yeah,
so I think we do quickly have to tell the story of who answered the door of Matt when we knocked on the hotel room door.
Oh, God, yes. Go ahead, Ryan. You could tell it.
So Matt and I drove up together to the hotel where Adam was getting ready with everybody. And we get up to the hotel room door and knock on the door. And now it's all of our friends are in there. Like everyone we know, no matter who opens the door. So we thought,
right.
It's not going to be awkward. Like, you know, we're just going to, so we knock on the door, and as the door is opening, Matt says, "Hey, the blowjob train's here." And of course, the person who opens the door is Jen's brother.
The only person who wouldn't get a laugh out of
right,
that.
He just looked, he's like, oh man. Well, all right, just come in. We're like,
What do I get myself into?
Matt, I gotta give shout out credit to Matt Schwartz. Adam, you weren't there for this, and I don't know if I told you the story, but we were after you had already left with Marcus and Maddie Bev. We were still doing Jaeger bombs, and we got.
Which I'm jealous of. I wanted to stay.
We got Jaeger bombs. You were doing more important things. We got Jaeger bombs set up. We got them in those little cups that have the shot in the middle, and you pour the Red Bull around the outside. Obviously, you know, I'm telling the audience. And we went to go do everybody was cheersing, and as soon as we cheersing, Matt and Kim walk in the door. So we stopped what we were doing. We put them down, and we poured two more for Matt and Kim so they could get in on the cheers. Matt Schwartz did his. and then immediately asked for a refill on his so he could do it with Matt and Kim.
He was a
man
possessed.
possessed. Absolutely.
He was. No, and I
you.
appreciate that. So now I gotta go. Now I gotta make sure I go extra hard for his wedding.
Adam, I don't know if you remember that like Molly was almost like walking in with you guys, or like when you guys were going down the. Well, when Jen.
Yeah. And he was supposed to wait for her.
Yeah, Schwartz was supposed to wait for it, and like we're looking around, Schwartz is just sitting in the seat. He goes, "Oh no, and she's just sitting there glaring, like, "Oh, Matt." This is why he doesn't do the Jaeger. Great time though. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. And that little bit of time we had in the hotel room where we were all there, and you were there, and Mark was there, and Maddie Bev was
awesome.
there. That was so fun, so great.
Yeah. It was. It was great.
Awesome.
I wish I could have stayed longer, but
Well,
whatever.
like I said, you had more important things to do, and we got to celebrate with you later on. So
yeah, no, it was a great night.
Excellent. All right, I got the thank you for the Ryan the draft. You got it in here. Perfect.
Got it in there. Bubba.
All right, let's get into our what we've been watching. It's been a while.
It has.
Ryan, you want to start?
Yeah. So we've all seen Army of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've seen it. I'll wait until whoever goes last. I guess we can kind of group chat about it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw Army of the Dead, loved it. Watched A Quiet Place Part 2.
So did I.
How was it?
It was great. However, I watched it via an illegal streaming website. Tisk. But the only version of the movie they had was like a cam one where like someone's filming the movie in the theater. So like every 15 minutes you hear. So the guy must have had his text message thing on, and I could not for the life of me make out the dialogue in any scene.
That's so tough too because there's not a lot of dialogue and it's a lot of
and they're
seeing
whispering.
Yeah.
And they're all whispering all the time. And like we couldn't blast it on the. I mean, it's our own fault. We can go and watch it, but with Lenny, it's kind of hard. We pick our spots when we're going to be out for a couple hours. But I mean, I loved it. I got it. Like I understood what was happening in it. Love the addition of Cillian Murphy. I mean, I think he's a great actor, so I liked him in that. Cillian Murphy from
Cillian Murphy?
No, it's Cillian.
I think it's Killian.
It's
It's
Killian.
a C.
It's Killian.
If it was Killian, it should be a K.
It's Killian.
Well, I disagree. I thought Cillian Murphy was a great addition to the Quiet Place universe. I thought it was a great movie. Speaking of great movies, we also watched Cruella.
Oh, how was it?
It was so good.
I'm surprised that you liked it like that.
I am too, and I'm someone who I didn't necessarily think Cruella de Vil needed an entire movie with a backstory, so I wasn't like going into it like, oh, I'm gonna like this no matter what. It was really, really well done. Emma Stone was fantastic in it. My favorite character in it was is it Paul Thomas Hauser?
Who is
like the short chubby guy? He was in that Clint Eastwood movie recently. I think it's Paul Thomas Hauser.
I'll look it up right now.
So he played one of Cruella's like friends. So they go into her backstories. It's actually pretty interesting. So her mother dies when she's young, and then
Paul Walter Hauser.
So he played like one of her friends that like she becomes an orphan and then falls in with these like two young guys, and then they just become like lifelong friends. But what they like steal and they're like petty thieves and all this stuff. But she always has dreams of becoming this huge fashion designer, and she always wants to work for the Baroness, which is Emma Thompson, who's like an incredible Disney villain, just like a really good villain. It was great, and it was pretty long too. It was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but the story was really good. Like even her as a kid, like growing up, and then obviously Emma Stone eventually takes over as the character. And I'm not a huge Emma Stone fan. Holly does not like Emma Stone at all, and she loved it. This might have turned the Emma Stone page for her.
All right.
But yeah, highly recommend it. It was really, really good. And everyone was good in it too. So I thought it was really great. Also, I started and I'm almost done with Banshee on Adam's recommendation. So I'm
Matt. What a fucking show!
It's an insane show. There's a lot of chaos, but it's like exciting, and the storylines and the characters are like good enough to keep it going, even though it's just batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
But
like if that was a real life scenario, he'd be picked up in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't understand how he gets away with it. And then like more people as the series goes on figures it out, but like he still never gets caught. They're like, right. I know, but we're gonna leave it. It's like, no, we should probably do something about this. But great show. I'm almost done with it. I'm on episode 3, I think, of season 4.
Okay. No spoilers in case Matt decides to watch it.
No, but it's a very fun show, and it's quick. It's only like 10 episodes a season or something.
Yeah, and the last season is only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Matt, so you want to hear a funny about this show? So obviously Ryan is hooked on it. I've got Neil watching it too, and Neil likes it also. It's which is not sure. I mean, Neil's somewhat easy to get to like a show, but it's right up his alley.
Yeah.
So in every single episode, there's something at the end of the credits. Every single one. And I asked Ryan, I didn't figure out until like the 3rd episode that there was, because I wasn't getting like, flip to the next episode pop up on my HBO Max app. So like one time I was just, farting around on my phone or whatever, and I missed it. And next thing you know, I hear something and I look up and it's the episode's still going on. It's like 5 or 10 seconds of a little clip of something. It's like, the main character pissed off and hitting a punching bag, or it's always just like very small things that aren't like, you don't need to see them really. So I asked Neil if he knew about them, and he did not. He was very, very mad. He's like, I think he's almost done with season 3. Yeah, he's almost done with season 3, and he just found out that there's something after every episode. So if and when you watch it, I don't know.
It's like 10 seconds. So right. You don't like, you can't, but like the episode will end and then the word like Banshee like flashes on the screen, and then on HBO Max like you can scroll down and it like then prompts you to click on the next episode. Mm-hmm. So I would always click on the next episode, and then like one time I forgot, and then you just get like a flash on the screen. It was just like a quick 10-second scene, but it's an important scene.
Yeah. Like, what the hell was that?
Put it in the goddamn episode. But I would highly recommend Banshee, especially if you just like action, like craziness, a lot of boobs, a lot of sex,
a lot of gratuitous violence,
a lot of gratuitous
blood and
violence.
Guts.
Well, there's one episode where a guy gets beheaded by a tractor trailer.
Just coming up with new and more gruesome ways.
But I do appreciate that, and honestly, some of the fight scenes, like once you get used to them, I was watching one the other day, and the fight scene started, and I got up, went to the bathroom, like made myself a snack, came back, and they were still fighting. They fight for like literally 5 minutes.
That fight scene in the first season between Carrie and the Russian guy, it was like half of the episode was the fight scene.
They would go to a different scene, come back, they're still fighting each other,
beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
but
very
Matt,
very fun show though.
Highly recommend.
I gotta watch it. You had me at boobs. I'm telling you.
They're there, baby.
Well, you don't have to wait very long into the first episode. Maybe like 40 seconds into the first episode. Boom,
perfect.
You got them.
Hook me early and often.
Also, speaking of HBO Max, I've been watching a lot of Parts Unknown, Anthony Bourdain, which like I like Parts Unknown. It's a lot like freer. It's like a freer, like more unrestricted version of No Reservations with him. Because his like the death of his anniversary was a couple weeks ago, so like popped up on Twitter, and I'm like, I sometimes forget like how much I just love that show and like how great of like a travel guide he was. So I just been popping on random episodes of that, and it's so different, and so many other shows like Netflix is like dying to replicate what Bourdain did with like travel shows.
Yeah,
and it's just you can't, because he just like didn't want to go to the popular places. He just wanted to go to like authentic, like real places that gave you, like the vibe and the history of where he was visiting. And he just had a fucking blast. I mean, there's so many, especially when he goes to Asia, there's just so many episodes where he's just hammered, drunk.
Yeah.
But it's funny that we mentioned Waffle House because he went to Charleston, South Carolina, and the chef that he goes with, like the guy brings like his own whiskey around with him. He gets like super expensive whiskey and puts it in like a plastic bottle and just carries it with them. So they're taking whiskey shots, and they get to the bar. And Bourdain asks him, he's like, "Oh, so what do you usually get when you come here?" He goes, "Shot of Jaeger and a Budweiser." He's like, "Okay." So they're doing Jaeger shots, Budweiser's like bombed, and then they're eating at all these nice restaurants, and then they go to a Waffle House. And the guy, like, this guy, he's like this genius chef, and he's like, "I've been to Waffle House so many times, I've perfected what I get. Like, so he's like, I get here first, and he does like hash browns with melted cheese and like chunks of ham.
Whoa.
So he eats that first. Then he does a patty melt. And then he does like so this guy has it like down to a science of like what he does when he's hammered drunk going to Waffle House. It was very funny. But yeah, I just like forgot how much I love those shows. HBO Max has the entire series. So
awesome. I have to check. I like Anthony Bourdain. I'll have to watch those.
yeah, me too. It's just very authentic. And then Matt, I know you watched this, so I don't want to get too far into it because you didn't finish. But Sons of Sam.
I didn't finish it.
So very, very fascinating documentary on Netflix, and it's about this like crime reporter who is convinced that the Sons of Sam killing in New York, like the multiple killings in the 70s, were not just one person. So David Berkowitz got
David
arrested.
Berkowitz, got arrested. Yeah.
But he like this reporter like dedicated his life to studying it, and he thinks Berkowitz was a part of this like bigger cult like across the country and possibly across the world that was doing these type of like they were part of like a satanic cult, and they were also just performing because they were all random killings. There was no logic behind the murders in New York, but he connected it to murders, and I think it was North Dakota, and then there's some in California. It's very, very cool. And obviously it's one-sided because it was produced with like this guy in mind, his life's work. But it's very, very interesting, especially if you like true crime stuff. It's really cool. And then you have like the cop's perspective of it. And like any cop who was involved in arresting Berkowitz in New York in the 70s, like immediately got a promotion. So they're going to stick to like, no, it was Berkowitz because that's how that's how they got their shield. That's how they made it big. But it's very interesting. If you like true crime stuff, highly recommend. I finished it, so I won't spoil it, but
so I haven't finished the show, but that show and the premise of it sent me down a rabbit hole on this other podcast called Dead and Gone, and it's about this string of murders that haven't been solved that are all connected by one thing, and that one thing is the Grateful Dead. Either the person had a Grateful Dead tattoo, was wearing a Grateful Dead t-shirt, had a Grateful Dead live ticket in their pocket, like they were on their way to a Grateful Dead show. Like all these strings of murders that all the people were killed in the same fashion, and they couldn't link any killers to any murderers to any of these crimes. But the one thing they could, like this person was linking, was the fact that they're all connected by the Grateful Dead somehow. And it's called Dead and Gone, this podcast. And so I've been listening to it when I was driving in and out of work. But yeah,
that's crazy.
I want to finish this. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Some things get a little far fetched, but it is still pretty cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then I'll finish it off. I watched episodes 1 and 2 last week of Dave, season 2.
Oh man, I didn't know that was out. I would have watched it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matt, I know you watched it too, so I'll kind of maybe lead into you.
Yeah, we can do that. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit already.
We talked about it a little bit when we were texting, and like it was like not even close to being like as funny or as like good as any episodes from season 1. But I appreciate what they're doing with like, kind of getting you caught up with what the heck's been going on.
Yeah.
With Dave, and he's still like he's still Dave.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of cool, but they're really getting into like it's more of like a character study right now than like a comedy, because it's never been a conventional comedy. But
yeah, it's really funny you say that, a character study, because the one show it really reminds me of is Master and None, and the jump between season 1 and season 2 of Master and None, very different tones, but it's the same kind of like, it's not just a sitcom or a funny show where each episode is going to be a new premise. They're really continuing the story of Dave, and he's down right now. I mean, even though his career is somewhat on the rise, and you like get all that stuff at the beginning in Korea and things, and that's very, very funny. But also, like, he just broke up with his girlfriend, and like he's definitely down about that. And, you know, his friends are kind of giving him the hard truth about it and all that. But, it's continued on from season 1, and you kind of, like, are still in that lull of, like emotionally for him. Gata is a star, as usual. And so is his manager, who's is Andrew Santino. What's his name? Mike in the show,
Mike.
Right?
Yeah.
So funny. So funny.
And there was, like, a sad score, like, that played throughout almost all the scenes. Just, like, a little, like, piano score. And I kind of like felt like even, when they were having like silly dialogue, it still kind of mellowed you out just because, Dave he's struggling, he's like going through some stuff, which FX is really good at doing those type of shows. So Dave reminds me a lot of Baskets, which I know neither of you guys have seen.
Yeah.
But Zach Galifianakis, and it's just very similar where like it's funny. There's like punchlines that are funny and it's smart funny, but it's still kind of like this character. This guy is just still like a sad guy. Like his life isn't what he wants it to be yet. So I'm just very interested in how season 2 plays out. But yeah, I thought the first 2 episodes were like a good base. The second one was funnier when he's like back at the house, like trying to record the album and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Adam, watch it. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. I watched season
show.
1 and I liked it. I liked season 1 a lot.
Very well written show.
Yes, very well written. And that's me. That's what
so
I'm watching.
Yeah, I've been watching Dave, and I watched Rick and Morty, all of Rick and Morty season 4 to get prepared for season 5.
So I actually just watched. So today I watched season 1. I'll get it to mine, but I watched the Vat of Acid episode from season 4 today.
Which one? Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. What an episode! Hilarious. It was perfect. It was so ludicrous, so insane. It's like perfect Rick and Morty shit.
And it comes full circle too.
I love that Rick always has an answer to Morty's bullshit. Like always has an answer to it. Always is one step ahead. But this took it to a whole nother level. Like the whole like demented thing of like Morty lived his whole life out with this girl. And like he got trapped on a mountain in a plane crash, and he gets his way out of there, and he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to press the button. He wants to fix it, and they're back together. And then
he thinks that no harm. He's pretty broken up about it. He thinks there's no harm, no foul, and then Rick drops the bomb on him that he knew exactly what he was doing. So Ryan, in this episode, Rick and Morty get into this huge argument, and they're fighting, and Morty thinks he goads Rick into making him like a video game style remote where you can hold your place where you are and then do whatever you want, and if you screw it up or something goes bad, you just restart from where your place was held. And so he's doing all types of stupid shit, like changing his order at a restaurant or, pushing an old man off a wheelchair into the street and then rewinding back so it never happened. And so then he meets this girl and they start, and there's no dialogue in this. It's just like a score and like him doing all these things and resetting time.
Before he meets this girl, he sees this girl going into a coffee shop, and he sets his place right outside the coffee shop right before he talks to her, just in case he fucks up something, he can try again. So anyway,
right. So he talks with this girl, and they like hit it off, and they're like together, and they go on a trip together, and like they're so happy. And again, no dialogue.
Years and years go by. Like they've been together for years at this point.
Yeah. So they're on this plane, and the engine explodes, and it crashes in like a snowy mountain area. Still no dialogue. They're like starving to death, freezing, eating other people. Like Morty decides, like he loses the backpack with the remote, so he can't like reset himself to save them, right? And so they end up being saved without having to use the remote. And then they're together again. She survives too. and they're sitting at Morty's parents' house, and the dad accidentally hits the button and resets them. So he's back to he goes back years to where they first meet, and like he blows it immediately, and she sprays him with pepper spray in his face, and like he falls on the remote, so he keeps getting sprayed in the face with pepper spray over and over again, and then so that falls through, and then at the end of the episode, like Morty tells Rick that he doesn't want this power anymore. And like Rick drops the bomb on him that he wasn't resetting himself. He was replacing himself with other Mortys from other dimensions. And every time he replaced himself, that other Morty suffered a horrific death. And they're all his fault.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And the only way that Rick would fix it for him is if he told him he was right about his plan to hide in a fake vat of acid.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so insane.
I don't know why this show doesn't interest me.
There's another.
Sorry,
there was another episode. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna recap a whole another episode, but there was a funny episode I found that like Rick has a whole separate planet that he goes to just to take a shit, and he has a toilet there, just a toilet, and it's like beautiful, serene, like forest with waterfalls, and you look down this valley, and he finds out that some other guy is like figured out a way to get there and use it, and he hates this guy, and he ends up killing him, right? Or he ends up like
he ends up like.
Well, anyway, he ends up like the guy ends up leaving, or Rick keeps pushing him away, and it ends up being that like it's Rick's only friend. He becomes like one of Rick's only friends, and it's a funny episode. Anyway, it's clever writing, and I like it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. No more.
Yeah. So I'm ready for season 5.
A
Quiet Place Part 2. I watched it in the exact opposite fashion of Ryan. I watched it in IMAX, not on my phone with some guy's ringtones going off. But yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. I think that they took it in a very fun direction, a very cool direction that I didn't expect them to take it in. Yeah, I mean,
it was nice and quick too.
Yeah, I don't think it needs a part 3, but they definitely set it up for a part 3.
Yes.
I didn't think it needed a part 2, and here we are. I liked it. So there we are. What else? I finished Lost. I wish I hadn't already talked to you guys so much about it, but I mean, here we are. It was fucking tremendous. What an ending. I was sobbing at him.
How much of a hole did you have in you when you were done?
I still feel sad about it that I can't watch Lost anymore. I have to just go back and rewatch it. But it was...
So I didn't know that Holly didn't like the ending of Lost.
No.
Well, I can't believe you guys are still together.
Holly doesn't understand the ending of Lost. That's the difference. It's not that she didn't like it. She doesn't understand it, and she won't be reasoned with by me. So
I think Jen is in the same boat where like they're both very literal about it. Like that, like they died in the plane crash. What was the point of it all?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is not what happened. Like you can't. Like why would Damon Lindelof and all these guys who created it and J.J. Abrams, like they came out and said that's not what what happened in the show. Holly's like, no, that's what happened. I'm like, okay, so the guy who created the show, who writes it, and made up all these characters. He said it didn't happen, but
right.
you know, I mean,
the multi-millionaire Hollywood producers said that.
Yeah, like I don't know how you can argue with that. So,
spoilers for the end of Lost if you haven't seen it, but I went back immediately after I finished it. The next morning in bed, I went back and rewatched the scenes from when Juliet and Sawyer do their like little like they touch each other and they remember from there on, like because from there on and like Christian talking to Jack and everybody meeting in the church, fucking incredible, absolutely incredible.
I've never seen like something come together so great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Awesome.
It really, really comes together.
Yeah, I loved it so much. We can talk more in person about it because I have a lot. I'm trying to remember, but anyway, it was so good. I'm so glad that we watched it and we did that. I'll eventually rewatch it because I think I want to rewatch it and catch all the things that I missed. But I thought they finished it so strong.
So just one quick thing: how could you watch the ending of that show and come away thinking that the show was about Hurley?
Oh, I told Lindy about that. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Oh, keep your eyes on Hurley. Why?
Yeah, why?
He's a secondary character.
I really wish
it's clearly about Jack.
One thing
the whole time it's been about Jack.
One thing that I did not like about the end, one of the end episodes, was that they gave Hurley that fucking stupid plastic water bottle to drink out of to like be the guy who takes care of the island.
Oh,
that was such a weird thing. It's like, find some, like, you don't have anything better on you, like a fucking plastic water bottle. Like, I guess, like, it's not really a huge deal, but like, it's kind of like this momentous occasion that Hurley's going to be the one to take over the island. But anyway, that's a thing.
Here's this Dasani water. Oh,
Here's this disgusting off-brand crinkled water.
I've found that now, like, I hated the Kate character so much that every time I see her in anything, I cringe.
How can you?
Like, I was watching Avengers Endgame the other day, and she was in it, and I was like, ugh, rolled my eyes. Totally different character.
I thought, like, I hated Crazy Jungle Claire. I did not like her at all, and like at the end when I saw everybody in the trenches, like, how can I say that I hated any of these characters? I love everybody so much. I love all of these characters so much.
They're all my children.
Yeah,
I love you so much.
I love you so much. So yeah, I watched Lost. Fucking tremendous show. You should watch it if you haven't. I watched Sons of Sam. I love it. I can't wait to finish it. I watched Loki, which I liked a lot. It was very good. Owen Wilson, perfect mix-in. Adam, I'm going to toss it off to you in a second. Because I know Adam has seen it too. Loki was great. I think they're really doing a fun little thing with the multiverse, and I think this is going to, I've been saying it, but I think this is really going to be the show that brings us into the next phase of the MCU. I think there's going to be a lot of loose threads. Loose ends, and they're going to be picked up by all the big movies coming out, like the Multiverse of Madness, maybe not Black Widow, but the Multiverse of Madness, the next Spider-Man movie, the next Guardians movie, probably the next Thor movie, probably Love and Thunder. So I very much like that. And then Adam, all three of us watched Army of the Dead.
Right.
I thought this was cool. My buddy Chad, who you guys know, he sent me this thing. I did not know this, but Tig Notaro's character in Army of the Dead was not originally in it.
Right, it was Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, and she was totally green screened in afterwards, which is bananas to me. And I did not notice it once in the movie, not once.
It's wild that like Zack Snyder did that, but Joss Whedon couldn't get rid of a mustache.
I wish I'll go back in the text. That's exactly what I texted him. I was like, when he sent me the video of like they showed the before and afters before they put in Tig Notaro and after. I was like, how can they do this? But yet WB couldn't fucking remove a mustache from Superman's face.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Because there's a lot of scenes where she's like with the group too. Yeah. It's not like she's just solo.
Right.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty good.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I mean, she's the only one that like I don't know if she fit like her humor. You needed more, I guess, of like a Chris.
I'm sure stuff was cut.
Like a T.J. Miller, like that type of like humor. I think would have fit better with like a wacky pilot.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
so we'll hop right in. I loved Army of the Dead. I'm obviously a huge Zack Snyder fan. What a brain that guy has to sort of come up with something like this and have it have so much detail. It was actually pretty funny. I went on the IMDb the other day and like looked at they have like sections in there for trivia and other like filming locations, and then I saw there was one like goof ups, and there's holes in the movie, but it was still very enjoyable. The characters were great. The setting was like, what a premise, like a high stakes heist in a zombie run Las Vegas. Not only are they just zombies, like are they aliens? Are they they've evolved into something else? Are they robots? Like it's crazy how many like small details were. Is it a time loop? How many small details were put into that movie that were obviously there on purpose. I watched the first 2 episodes of Loki. I totally agree, Matt, that it's so I think WandaVision like gave her phase 3 character some closure. I think WandaVision was like the bridge to her being like maybe an intermediate bad guy in Phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, Falcon the Winter Soldier set up like a new like cog hero, like a critical hero with Sam Wilson being the new Captain America. But I think Loki will be the key to like setting up not only new characters but new storylines for like the greater scheme of things. Tom Hiddleston is like born to be. He is Loki as Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, as Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. You know what I mean? He is the character.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with Owen Wilson. They're great playing off of each other. I watched Banshee, which I loved. I've been MasterChef Junior, The Great British Baking Show, just little insert shows here and there. I got
you like The Great British Baking Show?
I do. They're like so regular. They're regular people. That's what I like about it.
Just
and
like
I like how they talk too. I got into a really big Spider-Man kick. Like I really wanted to watch Far From Home, but the best I could come up with was Homecoming, Infinity War, and Endgame to get my Spider-Man fix. 3 tremendous movies. I watched the director's cut of Doctor Sleep. Really, really good movie. A great sequel to The Shining. Great book and movie. Definitely one of my favorite Stephen King properties. I watched season 5, episode 1 of Rick and Morty. Hilarious. And then the ones I want to talk about a little bit more in depth. I watched I Think You Should Leave for the first time. And we've talked about this a few times. I was tears streaming down my face laughing after the first 2 skits.
What is that? Oh, that's at the guy from
Tim Robinson thing?
Yes, okay.
So tears streaming down my face after watching the first 2 skits. So I'm upset that it took me this long to watch it, but I'm very happy that I did, and just in time for season 2 next month.
July 6th comes out.
Yep. It's right up my alley of like sort of that humor where something awkward happens and then it goes way too far. It's like a sketch show of The Life and Times of Tim, like where he does something awkward and takes it way too far.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I knew you'd love it. It's just like our type of humor that he just executes perfectly.
You've seen it, Matt, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you should watch it.
It's so quick too. It's like the whole thing is like an hour.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. It's been recommended
6
by a few
18-minute episodes. That's it. I watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World for the first time. Never saw it before.
I've never seen that.
Great
movie. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
What a cast.
It's the same. It's Edgar Wright, Baby Driver, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. So it's made in that, it's very obviously an Edgar Wright movie. His sort of signature style. And like the supporting characters are really great. I won't ruin it because some of them are really fun to be in there. A lot of them are like really famous now. You know what I mean? It's actors and actresses that were up and coming when this came out, and they're all like far and away more famous than Michael Cera now.
Yeah. I feel like that was Sarah's peak around then.
Yeah. So it's very well done. It's a one of a kind movie. It's very unique. It's one that I would definitely watch again just to like notice small things that I didn't see the first time around. It's not like a big mystery, but like Edgar Wright puts little things in his movies that you appreciate in multiple watches. And last but not least, I burned through the first 2 seasons of Titans on HBO Max. So Titans is a show about DC superhero sidekicks. So, and they form a group called the Titans, and it's their Justice League. And they fight crime, but, not quite planet-threatening crime like the Justice League. Although, I guess that's not really true. But it's got Dick Grayson, who's the first Robin. He's like in his late 20s now. Fucking hates Batman. He's done with Batman. Sick of him. It's got Raven, the daughter of a demon. She comes to him, and she really needs his help. And like they meet other sort of misfits along the way, and then you meet other like characters that Dick Grayson was in like when the show starts, the Titans are disbanded, and they sort of like get back together gradually, which is really cool. You get the second Robin, Jason Todd. Like in one scene, they like name dropped Superman, Lex Luthor, Batman, the Penguin, the Joker, the Riddler. So like those characters are all there. Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. And it's season 2 has Batman in it. There is an actor that plays Batman in season 2. He's not in the suit, but he's there as Bruce Wayne. And I won't ruin it for you because it's not somebody who you've seen as Batman before, but it works. It's perfect. And season 3 trailer. The season 3 trailer.
I might.
Oh, okay.
I'm selling.
You should. You would love it. So the season 3 trailer, it leads you to believe that Jason Todd will no longer be Jason Todd. Matt, if you catch my drift.
I do catch your drift.
Is this a new show?
It's been 2 seasons.
Oh, but
it's good.
Like...
It's like it's very
it was something that like was just on HBO now that you could watch. It used to be on a different channel.
I don't know what it was on before.
It was on the it was on the DC app.
Oh.
It was like a DC.
Oh right, it was a DC like exclusive thing.
Ah, okay.
And it's made like very much it's dark. You know what I mean? It's not like it's dark. It's made very much in the vein of like the Zack Snyder style, which is great. Like dropping F-bombs galore.
Fuck Batman.
Like one of the very first things that Robin says is "fuck Batman" in the first episode. He's done with him. He hates him. And you get to see how that plays out. You get Dick Grayson. Why?
He doesn't like when TV shows swear.
Oh, sorry.
Big no.
But very, very good show. If you're into like comic book properties, I would highly recommend Titans.
Oh, cool.
I would recommend Titans the same way I would recommend the Marvel shows to anyone. It's just as good as one of those shows.
Nice. I'll probably watch that. I mean, Gotham was real bad, so I need a new I need a DC show that I can watch that I can stomach. No,
you'll like it. You'll like it. And they've like in the last episode of season 1, you see sort of like an alternate reality where Matt, I'm going to sell you on it right now. In the last episode of season 1, you see an alternate reality where Batman snaps.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
into that.
And Dick is the only one that can stop him.
I'm into that.
So it's insane.
Okay.
But yeah, let me know when you watch it because I know you'll love it.
All right, I'll watch it.
But that's all I got.
Is that it? We went long in the tooth, but it's been a while.
It has been a while, and we got
a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
I have a new podcast friend that might want to join us for one of these drafts. He's a big fan of the drafts. Craig Pony. I don't know if you guys see me interacting with him on Twitter. He's from the podcast Very Good Show, and he also helps produce the Blind Mike Project with Blind Mike. He's a gigantic wrestling fan and would like to do a draft of the best wrestling themes of all time.
Like entrance songs?
Entrance songs, right, yes. The entrance songs.
I love it.
Maybe we get on Skype with him and we do a draft with him, and then the three of us can start and finish the podcast around it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
I love that.
So maybe not. We'll try for next week, but if not, we have one in the can, right, Ryan, for next week? If not?
We do.
Okay, so we'll do that one, which is going to be a very special one that we do on our own. We'll do on our own. It's going to be very fun.
Hopefully the letters HD mean something to you.
Maybe we'll get HD to join us. Who knows? That would be hilarious. All right, but yeah, that's it. Average Nobody's Podcast. Find us, youtube.com/TheAverageNobodies. Average Nobody's Podcast on Apple Music, on Stitcher Radio, on Google Play, and then AverageNobodies.com. That's it.
I think we have Guacamole Kid ready to go.
Do you want me to bring him in, or do you think they were? We went a
Well,
little long
I mean,
today.
we're going a little long. We'll get him. We'll get him next time.
All right, Guacamole Kid. Next time we'll get you.
Hang tight. Don't
right,
turn
guys.
into a. Don't overripe.
Do not stay exactly how you are. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Sweet.